Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this is actually my last layout for our St. Augustine trip. So I really wanted to use this photorealistic paper with the rainbow for the last page. I just thought it was a really good opportunity for me to try to do something with more color. So I have these three photos here, which are just kind of miscellaneous pictures I took throughout the trip whenever we were at the beach. Just different things that I found. I was looking for a shell because my sister wanted me to bring her back a shell. And I found a couple cool ones that just had like that one in the upper right has like a dried out baby octopus on it or something. I don't know, but it looks really cool because it's like translucent and there's all this detail on it. So I took a picture of it, and then I found a clam that was still alive. So I took a picture of that before I threw it back. And then the last picture was my souvenir from the trip, which is a beautiful hunk of citrine, which I just thought went with the color scheme and the vibe of the trip. And I love that. I love using these kind of rocks as home decor pieces. So I really like picking them up as souvenirs just so I can, remember each spot, but also get something beautiful that I'll enjoy in my home. I think I've mentioned that before. I love getting souvenirs from places, just keepsakes from everywhere. But when I was little, I just get kind of all the little knick-knacky ones that just sat around and you got annoyed with. So now I try to get stuff I know I'll enjoy for a long time. So I have these three pictures. I'm going to go ahead and mat them all in white. And then I'm going to go through some of the scraps that I have for layers. I thought about doing something similar to what I did on the first layout with this kit, which is where I kind of put them all together in a grid and just have, but then I didn't want to cover up like too much of this background by having all of like the middle like a block of paper. So I decided to mat them all individually but lay them out in a similar manner, but you still get a peek of the rainbow in the background between all of them. So I didn't have enough of this yellow stripe to mat all three photos, so I decided to mat the two that were diagonal from each other. And then that green paper from the last layout, I'm going to mat the third photo in and then incorporate the yellow stripe and that green into the cluster that's going to go in that empty fourth quadrant. So that's the plan. I just really love this background. I thought it was a fun opportunity for me to use a different color combo than I've used so far. So I really liked this yellow stripe. And then I really liked this green here. This green kind of blends in with the background a little bit. That's why I chose to use the yellow for more of the layers. But when I ink it with my gray ink I've been using this month, it stands out a lot better. So that's what I decided to go with. And I just love how that looks. I like that they're a little different too. Like I like that they're not all three matted the same way. I think is kind of fun. So I'm just trying to see how I like that visually, and then I'm going to go through and ink all of them and the background. So I'm taking that watering can archival ink. I love this gray ink. It's such a subtle touch to your page, especially because this page is so pastel-y with the rainbow, the soft rainbow, that I just think this soft gray just looks really good. I think black would have been too harsh, so I'm really enjoying using this ink this month. And I'm trying to debate if I want to try to keep using this kit for the rest of the month, but I think what I might do is I might jump into my December project because I got my St. Augustine trip scrapped, which was my goal. And now this is the last page. I kind of feel like I want to dive into my December project because it's a Christmas present that's going to be a mini album. And I thought it would be fun to kind of get on it early in case there's anyone else who wanted to play along with me. I just definitely didn't want to wait till like the month of to get started on it because mini albums can sometimes take a while. And I don't want anybody stressing who does want to play along that they're not going to get it done in time for Christmas. So I think that'll be the next video. Will be the video I planned for December 1st. But you'll get it early so we can start working on this project together because I think it'll be a fun thing to do. I've never done a mini album for you guys other than just showing you flip throughs. So I think it'll be fun to kind of do the project together instead of keep working on this this kit because I did the goal that I wanted to get done. So you'll still see my layout share for How to Kill a Kit with Style with this kit at the end of the month. But we're just going to start December videos early so we can get going on this mini album. So that's my goal. I'm almost done matting these photos here. We had so much fun in St. Augustine. I don't know if I mentioned as I've scrapped it the past couple months, but the last time I took Marcus to St. Augustine, which was his first time, it was when there was an incoming hurricane. So a lot of businesses were closed and we got evacuated. So we really didn't get to do a whole lot. So this trip was really great because we really just got to do everything we wanted to do that we didn't get to last time. So I just had so much fun doing that. And Marcus had a good time too with the alligator farm and all that kind of fun stuff that we did. So it was fun to go back and do it. And I think I have some video clips at the end of this process video of one of them is a video I sent to my sister of the clam because I got excited when I saw these shells and I wanted to share the live clam with her. So just kind of a silly photo I sent to my sister that I included, and then I just added a little clip of my citrine because it's just so pretty and I wanted you to be able to see how the light hits it. So that'll be at the end. But now that I have all of these stuck together and inked, I'm going to line them back up on my page, and I really just need to figure out what I want to do with this fourth quadrant. I'm thinking it's going to serve not necessarily as a title or journaling, because I kind of feel like these miscellaneous pictures are all self-explanatory. It's just me showing you different things that I found. So I just want to create something to help round out this kind of grid design I have going and get some more of the cut aparts and die cuts used up. I really wanted to use some of the pieces I've been struggling with this month. So this little relax I just love. I just really haven't been using the green and pink together, but with this background I think it goes perfect. There's a little The Adventure Begins journaling piece that's that same soft green tone. And then I definitely want to incorporate the yellow stripe and the green from the other mats. I thought about pulling in pops of gold, but as you can see, this gold is just reading really dark, and I love how pastel this whole layout is, so I really didn't want to bring in anything that was too in your face, so I decided not to, but I had to try it just so I could say I tried it and I didn't like it, because sometimes I surprise myself and I do like it, but yeah, I decided not to go with the gold, so reevaluating. I just know whatever I want in that quadrant, I want it to line up with the other sections, but I didn't want it to be a square block. So I'm going to have it be a little bit shorter, but I'm going to make up for it with the different things I kind of add into it. I also really want to use this sunshine piece. I already had it popped up on some foam from another page, and then I didn't end up using it. But because I have this yellow stripe, I wanted to make sure I had a pop of yellow on this lower right photo, since it's the one photo without that yellow paper matting it. And then I was just looking for one extra color to toss in, and there's this kind of periwinkle blue and this really light blue that I thought would go well. And I had plenty of it because I don't think I really used it much this month to kind of finish off my clusters. So I have a couple banners with both of those blues. I have these palm trees I'm adding to the sunshine because I think it's nice. It'll mimic the palm tree on the background in the opposite corner. And then I have this little obsessed ticket with the lighter blue anchor, which I thought was appropriate because we're at the beach. So just trying to figure out how I want these clusters. But I like this. I kind of have the embellishment on a diagonal, which I love to do. And I think with having the other two photos with both matted in the yellow stripe, it kind of has its own diagonal balance in that direction. So I like that the ephemera is kind of balanced on the other direction, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. As I said before, I'm just leaving a little sliver of the background between the gaps. I just like how you get a peek of that rainbow between the layers. It was really hard to cover up this much of the background. But when I have pictures like this where I'm just showing something and it's not really me or Marcus in the photo, it's hard for me to want to have a whole layout designated to one of these photos. So it just made more sense to pile them all on this final page. So getting everything glued down. I'm going to do the palm trees flat because the sunshine already has dimension. But I am going to pop the little anchor in the other corner up on some foam, so that has a little bit as well. And then I definitely know I want to do white Nuvo drops, but I think I'm still wanting to pull in another sticker or die cut or something, just because if it is my final page this month, I want to use what I can. I do have, plenty left over, but if you guys remember when I did the kit share, I have a whole 12 by 12 book of this collection. I only pulled out half of it, so all my leftovers will go back in the second half of the book, because I'm gonna save it to hopefully document the cruise that Marcus and I just got back from for our belated honeymoon with this collection. So I'm not worried about having leftovers this month, which I know is odd because I always really try to use like everything I possibly can, but this was kind of a different scenario this month because it's more of a vacation themed kit, and I want to make sure I have it for the cruise. So I like the spacing now, though. I'm definitely committing to where these are going to go. And then I decided it kind of felt weird that I didn't have this green on the opposite diagonal because there's just a lot of that yellow stripe going on in the other 3 quadrants. So I did decide to just take a scrap of this green and do a notebook edge punch on the bottom and just create a green border underneath the yellow stripe in that 4th quadrant, just so it broke it up a little bit from the other yellow pieces, and then I have more of that green up there because it's supposed to be balancing the photo with the green mat, not necessarily matching the other 2 with the yellow mat. So I think this kind of helped have both of those colors up there to kind of tie all of them in together. And I love a good notebook edge punch. I just think it's such a fun, easy texture to kind of add. I'm really surprised I didn't do more like of a scallop throughout this past month, just because scallops make me kind of think of the ocean and all of that. But the notebook edge punch has just been my favorite. Ever since Kelly gave it to me, it's like my favorite border punch, so I just decided to go with that instead. I also felt like because it's in a grid and the corners are matching up, I really wanted something more angular than a scallop so that you could really meet those corners in the middle of those 4 quadrants. So I think that just looks better in my opinion. So I'm going to get this last section glued down, and then I'll finally start committing with the embellishment. But this is most of what we have going on. There's a couple things I will add just to visually make it balance a little bit better in my mind, but this for the most part is what I stick with, and I'm glad I got some more cut aparts and die cuts used up for sure. I wish I got more stickers used up. I don't know, what's left on the sticker sheet wasn't really in this pastel-y color scheme, so I was not wanting to try and add a different color, so kind of stick with what I have. But I liked how everything was laid out, so I'm gonna try to just stick it down how I had it before. I'm just trying to remember to ink everything as I go, because nothing annoys me more than when I commit to inking and then I forget to ink like one thing on the layout. So I'm trying to be good about about catching that. So I'm just gonna go through and ink those really quick. I'm not inking the blue die cut pieces, which is the same across the whole page, so it doesn't look left out. But like all of these paper layers, I'm definitely getting ink on. So I'm going to stick these down. I think the only thing I take off the sticker sheet, there's a row of like circle word stickers, and one of them is in the same blue color scheme that says Ocean Lover, and I felt like that was appropriate because we're at the ocean. And since I wasn't going to use any of the other word stickers because the colors weren't really matching, that's what I decided to go with, so you'll see that too. But I'm really happy I got this little obsessed ticket and the anchor down. I kept hemming and hawing if I actually wanted that, but I think it balanced the palm trees in the opposite corner so well I just had to, so I think it works out. I did shift it down some just because I didn't want it to cover up the relaxed sentiment, so it is going to get moved down a little bit. And this is where I'm going to pop the anchor up on some foam. And then I think we will move on. This portion was pretty easy though. Once I decided on kind of the grid design, it was pretty easy to come together. And I already had the scraps ready to go, so, which was ridiculous because I had so much left over this month. I really did not have to be frugal. Like all month long, I was like, I don't want to cut into another 12 by 12. And this was the one month I really did have like plenty, but I can't help myself. And part of me is like, what if I don't have enough of this collection when I go to Scrapbook the cruise? And that's kind of what ended up happening. I got in my own head, but it's fine. I really like all the layouts I did this month. I think they flow really well together, which is nice. I don't really like, my albums don't have a cohesiveness to them. I kind of let every page do their own thing. But when I do have like a specific event or a vacation, I do like them to kind of flow. So I really enjoyed having like just a specific kit I could use for this whole vacation. Was really nice. So I think I got everything stuck down now. Just got to get the foam backing off of the anchor. And then we will warm up our Nuvo drops while we do the sticker thing. Someone actually asked me, Martha, I love you. You're the most supportive person I have, I think, right now. I always love your comments, but she asked me how I got or she complimented my Nuvo drops, and I kind of mentioned in the comment, I figured I might as well tell you guys too, because it is kind of a funny story. So my trick to the Nuvo drops, especially in the winter when the house is kind of chillier, I just like stick it in my bra to warm up. And I find that when you warm it up, you can roll it between your hands too, but I find it easier just to tuck it into my bra, and then I can keep scrapping, and then by the time I get to the end of the page, it's all warmed up to use. I forgot about it one time. I was trying to finish a scrapbook page before I had to go meet my family for something. And I think we were going over to my mom's for a game night or something because my brother was in town. Anyways, I got all the way home and got changed into pajamas, and my Nuvo drops fell out. And I realized I carried them with me the entire night. So I kind of thought that was funny. But that's my trick to the Nuvo drops. If you warm up the bottle, it flows so much easier. Sometimes when it's cold, the material just kind of gets more goopy and stiff, and you don't get the nice round drops. So that's the trick. And you know what's funny is, the little crystal gem that's on the cap of the Nuvo drops? We found that on the floor, and we were like, where did this come from? It was actually, it was stuck on my arm or something. And I was like, where did this come from? I had no idea. And I left it at my mom's house, and then I got home and I saw another Nuvo bottle. I was like, oh my gosh, it was the top of the Nuvo bottle. And then when it fell out, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I did that. But anyways, as we speak, it's probably, yep, I just pulled it out of my shirt, and here we are doing our final Nuvo drops. I just wanted a couple clusters on the diagonal, and I got that last little Ocean Lover sticker popped up on foam in the lower right hand corner. I'm trying to debate on if I want to just keep adding, and I do, and I really like adding the couple extra ones that I do. I usually just do clusters of 3, but because I only had 2 areas I wanted to do the Nuvo drops, I ended up just adding a couple more, and I think that looks really fun. So I'm pretty much, this is it though, and here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, there's a couple little video clips after these close-ups that I figured I might as well share. So I will see you in the next process video where we will be starting our mini album, and I'll see you in the next one.
So I was going to bring you back a shell. I got really excited because I saw one with 2 pieces. But he's still alive. I have to throw him back. I never saw one that was alive though. I got excited. Anyways. Woo.